As a man, you are most formidable if everything is your fault. If it rains outside and you get wet, that is still your fault. Can you control the rain? No. Could you have brought an umbrella? Yes. You need to blame yourself for all things, the good and the bad. And by doing this, you take absolute self-accountability, which allows you to build a mental model in which you will find solutions, 1. 2, avoid trouble, because you know that anything bad happens to you is your fault. And 3, be the most fearsome competitor possible, because we're living in a very competitive world nowadays amongst the elites. The people who understand that you're living inside of a fish tank are trying very hard to get out. You have to make sure that you can outrun some of them if you want to escape. It's an age-old adage. If a bear is chasing a group of people, you do not have to be the fastest one. You just have to be faster than the slowest. The slowest person is going to die. So as long as you're ahead of the majority of people, and you already should be because you're watching this emergency meeting, you stand a very good chance of avoiding slavery.
Picture a world where every success, every failure rests squarely on your shoulders. Andrew Tate unveils a stark truth. In the realm of self-accountability lies the power to shape our destinies. Today, we confront the essence of masculinity in an age of relentless competition and shifting paradigms. Are you prepared to embrace absolute responsibility, to carve out your path amidst the chaos, and emerge as the architect of your own fate?
I think one of the few things left you can offer as a man that social media cannot yet replace us for is security and safety. I think it is your primary objective to make a woman feel safe. And I think if you can do that, she will feel something intrinsic that is aligned with her biology that she can't get from social media. And if you do it well and you're good at your job, in fact, her being famous on social media and having so much attention ties into her needing safety even more. And I think that security and safety can be physical, it can be financial, it can be in a lot of different ways. But if you say to a woman, look, you can get a bunch of attention on Instagram, sure. You can make some money on Instagram, sure. A bunch of men are gonna message you on Instagram, sure. But I'm the only one who's gonna make sure nothing bad happens to you. I'm the only one who's gonna make sure you don't make mistakes. I'm the only one who's gonna make sure that you are taken care of, and if there's a problem, you can call me no matter what. And that requires a degree of competence and capability. But I feel like, and I'm just talking from personal experience, if you can't make a woman feel safe nowadays, in lots of different regards, both physical and financial, and even intellectually safe. If you're competent and a woman comes to you with her problem, it takes you less than a fraction of a second to tell her what to do. If you can make her feel safe, you can compete with the machine mind. But if you can't give her that safety feeling anymore, if you're Joe Schmo and you can't do it, if you're a pussy and you're afraid to throw down if you need to throw down, or if you don't feel like she doesn't look at you as a man who she can come to for guidance or advice, if you can't give her safety, I don't think you can compete with Instagram. I think you're gonna fucking lose. No matter how much money you have or how much attention you give her. You can't give her more attention than the world will give her on Insta. You can't. Safety's all we have left, which ties into why it's so important you need to be a masculine man in the first place. She needs to look at you. My girl says to me all the time, you're my hero. You're like a hero. You're like a superhero. You're like the heroes. I know nobody can touch me because you stop them. You have to give that feeling of safety now. Otherwise, I don't think you could compete. So then you have to sit down as a man and go, okay, I have this woman. I really love her. She has this Instagram page. She's getting money, attention, validation, all these things from there. I want to make her feel safe. How do I do that without coming across like a controlling weirdo? Well, she needs to truly respect me and allow me to have enough guidance and enough control over her life for her to feel as safer as a person, for her to respect me as a man and respect my competence. But I feel like striving to give your woman safety is now more important than ever, because all the men I see failing to do that lose their chick to the fucking FYP, bro. The For You page will steal your bitch.
Tate emphasizes the importance of self-blame and accountability. What analogy does he use to illustrate this concept? A. Racing against the rain. B. Escaping a bear attack. C. Mastering the art of survival. Tate emphasizes the importance of self-blame and accountability. What analogy does he use to illustrate this concept? A. Racing against the rain. B. Escaping a bear attack. C. Mastering the art of survival. How does Tate suggest men can differentiate themselves in a hyper-competitive world? A. By focusing on external validation. B. By prioritizing security and safety. C. By amassing wealth and fame.
I love that the world is hyper competitive. And when you're extremely successful, you do. I love the fact that women only want to date men with lots of money because I have lots of money. And I love the fact that women want to date men with good bodies who are strong because I'm strong. It's fantastic. I would actually be devastated if women changed their minds, because I like it being that competitive, because I like to win and I have no problem with the competition. I have no problem with war. If you're going to sit and go, women shouldn't think this way, what you're actually doing, and you may not realize you're doing this, but you're speaking to the universe and saying, I can't win, so I want to change change the rules of the game. And I think you should apply a completely different mindset. If women sit there and say, I want this, 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 and this, I am never offended by that because I sit there and go, yep, okay, all right, text me then. So I'm winning. So I think you should look at these things as a man. How can you, as a man, take absolute self-accountability? You can blame her, you can blame women, we can blame society, all those things. That's true. But the best thing you can do is sit there and go, well, let me make sure I don't fall into any category where I can be disqualified. And then you don't have to worry about any of these things. And the best thing about being a man, in fact, the only good thing about being a man, because being a man is much harder than being a woman. You're born with no value. You don't matter. Your life is hard. The only good thing about being a man is that it's a harder version of the game of life. It's a more difficult version of consciousness. And if you play a harder video game, you get a higher score. If you're a top tier male, it's the best possible experience. There are dudes out there who are jealous of chicks because chicks get attention, because they're like, oh, those girls get to go here, these girls get to go there. But if you were at our level and getting to do it as a man, not as a chick, as a man, it's much better. It's always going to be better. So we have the best possible chance to live the best possible life. All you have to do is be man enough to get your stuff in order. And this is something that's really true about the world. And I say this all the time. People often say it's okay to fail if you try your best. But I will argue if you try your best, you will never fail. If you try your best, you will not actually fail. If you get up every day and do what you're supposed to do. I've never seen a person get up every day, eat right, hit the gym twice a day, every day, eat properly, sleep as much as they're supposed to, their supplements are in order, doing their absolute best, who was not in good shape. I've never seen it. It's literally physically impossible. Yeah. So you either want it or you don't. And it's the same with absolutely everything else. A lot of people go, I've been trying. If you were really trying for the amount of time you've said you've been trying, you wouldn't still be in the position you're in. And that's the truth.
Tate discusses the significance of providing safety and security to women. What does he suggest is a man's primary objective in this regard? A. Offering financial stability. B. Ensuring physical protection. C. Creating a sense of emotional safety. What does Tate imply about the impact of social media on traditional masculine roles? A. It reinforces traditional values. B. It diminishes the importance of physical strength. C. It challenges men to redefine their roles. How does Tate suggest men can thrive in a world of evolving expectations and standards? A. By resisting change and maintaining traditional roles. B. By adapting to new challenges and prioritizing personal growth. C. By competing with social media for attention and validation. As we conclude today's discourse with Andrew Tate, we are reminded of the timeless virtues of self-reliance and resilience. It's a call to reclaim our agency in a world where accountability is scarce and excuses abundant. Like, share, and subscribe for more insights into navigating the complexities of modern masculinity and emerging victorious in the quest for self-mastery. Remember, the journey to greatness begins with a single step of absolute accountability.